Welcome and good evening, everyone. It is John the Net Guy, and today is Tech on Tuesday, number 40, Techtober Hot Tech. Now, when I plugged that in as the title, I wasn't quite thinking. Was it I'm a hot tech? No, I got a sweater on, fully clothed, according to Amazon and YouTube and everybody else's rules. This is John the Net Guy. I am very excited to be here. I'm a little bit early. I sometimes I start a little late. Today I got to start a little early. I have a hard stop. I got a commitment I have to go to in about an hour. Wanted to give you guys the full time to check out all the cool products we're going to show today. Here's a quick sneak peek of some pictures of them. TechTober's Hot Tech. Now, I have to say, every one of these, except for the Oculus itself, which I already had, was sent by a brand. So these brands are helping me out here, making it possible to bring really cool tech to you. I get to show you some of the neat stuff that we have here. This gets turned into an Amazon review video, which you might catch me on Amazon if a few of you have seen me there. Speaking of Amazon, we got to let those guys in. There's a bunch of rules, and they don't like my stuff showing up early the way it was. So there's my Amazon shop link. I'm going to keep that up for a little bit here. I'm going to let these Amazon guys in here so that you can chat with them as well. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Welcome. We're live on Amazon. So I'm going to give them a little quick hello. Hello, everyone. So they know I'm alive and interacting. And we're going to pull up our first product after I get through some hellos. I got to look in here. I'm checking the chat overlay. Ooh, you know what? I don't see my standard YouTube folks in here. Let me go check. Give me 1 second. I want to go make sure that this launched on YouTube properly. View on YouTube. Sometimes there's issues. Okay, looks good. Okay. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to go to studio. I'm just going to double check the permissions. I've done this one time where I did an entire show to a closed room on YouTube. And I really like to make sure that you guys can see me on all the channels that we're looking at. So I'm just pulling that up real quick. Make sure that the permissions are set properly so everybody got notified, hopefully, and can come check this out. So we're going to go here to create, go live. Sorry for the slight delay here. Lots of cool products coming up, like I mentioned. Some of the things I'm really excited to show you here. Some I've got full-length videos coming on. Here we go. Streaming software. It's public and it's on. Okay, so we're good. If you are watching me on the YouTubes, give me a hi there. That would be awesome. And awesome. I got one right away. I'm here from YouTube, John. James Green. James, thank you so much for watching here, man. I appreciate that. We've got Jaren. Welcome as well. Jaren7. That's a cool name, man. I like that. If you are watching, give me a quick shout out and I will shout you out as well. I'm going to bring up the first product though, because we got a limited amount of time and I just pulled it up in the Amazon carousel. If you're on Amazon, give me a shout out as well. I'll talk back to you here and prove to you that this is a live show if you're the Amazon guys. This is our first product and this is actually from Rockware. It's a mini soundbar. Now, what's a mini soundbar webcam? That's what it looks like right here. So all in one. I'm trying to get the exposure right. I might actually have to, you know what? I'm going to put the product down here. This is what we get when I went through and I changed a couple of our cameras today. I need to go through and change the lighting here. There we go. Hopefully that looks a little bit better. Want to make sure that you guys get to see this in the best light. But this is from Rockware. And this is their mini all-in-one video soundbar. It's a webcam with audio. Now, I didn't think audio would be a big thing on webcams, right? Most of us use a headset or, if we're gamers, we do that. But the one cool thing about this, not only does it have a dual microphone array here, it's got a huge speaker for the size of a webcam and it can play audio back to you. So I was thinking about this. A lot of people in the last couple weeks have been asking me, hey, do you have a recommendation for a business webcam? And I'm like, for a lot of desktops that don't have really good speakers or anything, you can actually chat two-way with this. And we're going to unbox it real quick here. Let me pull out my unboxing table. The other thing I like about this is the size. This thing is super portable, super small. It can go in your bag. So we're going to unbox it real quick here. Standard user manual. And this is the RC08. So that's what it looks like. there's a little peel sticker that I peeled off already. And then you're going immediately like, okay, where is the privacy curtain? I need a privacy curtain. Everybody else, it seems like they're an add-on. They like, have a little flip thing that comes down that falls off all the time. This one is hardware. I want you to look at that little lens there. See that coming across? It's a hardware on-off switch. Now, what's funny is actually when you pull this up in the app, it'll actually say that this was blocked. So you don't have to worry about why is my video not coming in. It'll let you know that the video output is disabled, which is really slick. So that's from Rockware. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing in just a second. So that's what it looks like. It does have an adjustable stand, and they show some pretty interesting ways to use it. It does have a 1/4 threaded mount, which I'm looking for on all these. I'm amazed that the Logitech Brio doesn't have that. Adjustability left and right. They actually showed people mounting it like sideways and using it for a portrait mode because it has so much adjustability and you can change it. I don't know how your Zoom software would deal with that, but maybe for FaceTime, so you can do that. So there we go. This is going to work on Mac or PC. And I'm going to show you the difference in quality. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it into my computer. Now it is USB-A to USB-C, and I did not see an included C to C adapter, C to A adapter. So, we're definitely going to have some compatibility with my MacBook that only has the USB-C ports. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this right in. I'm going to plug it into the station computer here. And I'm going to try to bring up the two webcams just so you can see them. So it's right here. Now it's got a little light flickering. Automatically install. So there's no software to install for this one, and that's good and bad. So no software means that there's no adjustability right out of the box. So you better hope that your lighting and everything and your white balance and everything that it picks up is dead on, which in this one, it had some challenges. I will freely admit that. Now, I love the adjustability here because I'm a little offset to my laptop, but I can turn it sideways a little bit. Now, I'm going to change this up a little bit because you're hearing me on my boom mic, and I want you to hear me on these speakers, and I don't want it to double or get delayed. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to go ahead and turn this video on, and I need to set the video to the right input. Now, I have two cameras on here. I'm going to go to the highest definition that the camera allows me to, so you get the highest quality. And you're going to see, there we go. So that's coming out of this right now, that webcam. Pretty decent showing you can see here. Now, there's some compression and artifacting. Let me do this. I'm going to come up full on this one. Now, my lips are probably not matching here. And that's just something that we'll have to deal with. Give me 1 second. Let me set the audio up here first while we're still talking, because otherwise Amazon will drop me thinking I don't have audio. I'm going to use the Rockware as my input and the Rockware as my output. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me now. Hopefully there's not any echo. I don't have the echo cancellation on here, but overall for a webcam, pretty decent showing. Now, field of view is not admittedly as wide as some of the other ones, but this is being controlled. Let me see if it can use software on here. Give me 1 second. If I can run that. That'll lets me adjust the webcam. So again, we're looking at the Rockware RC08. It's a 1080p webcam, so it's not going to be in 4K. Let's just double check all the settings here. It's saying 90-degree field of view. A lot of other ones have higher ones. Now, I can adjust it with this Rockware software. You're not seeing the menu I have here, but I do have it zoomed in a little bit. Let me see if I can zoom it out here. You saw it zooming out there. So that's the wider field of view. When I used this earlier, I zoomed it in to get a better picture. Now, white balance, I've overridden the white balance. But if I say normal white balance, I'm looking a little bit maybe yellow here. Let me know how I sound. Let me know what you think about the sound here. I know the white balance of my studio, so I'm able to change that pretty easily. There we go. Yeah, it's resetting back here. So this has got a little bit of a delay on my computer here. USB 2.0, which means it's going to have motion JPEG and some other compression on here as well. No extra connectors to plug in. So what you're seeing, let me go ahead and pull this one up. I'm going to mute my audio from this so you don't get doubles, hopefully. But yeah, so you can go ahead and I will pull this so you can see me side by side here. And let's do this guy real quick. So that's where it sits right on top of, there you go. You can see it sitting right on top of my laptop. That's what it looks like. Really easy to move, portable, adjustable, which is what I like. And you're going to see some issues with some of the other ones. And here you go. So it's handling my dynamic lighting situation pretty well. Excited about that. I'm just going to check the Amazon app and make sure nobody's got any questions on here. So that is the Rockware RC08. Now, again, lack of software, which is a little bit disturbing, but you can have the two-way audio, which is pretty slick. So let me know how I sound on that, by the way, if you can in the chat. I'd love to know because I can't hear myself on this right now. Now, comparison, what do I look like not using this one? So let's go ahead and show. I'm going to come back over here. I'm actually getting an echo because it's playing out of the speaker. This is awesome. Okay, so that's audio. Audio output default. Okay, good. Now my audio output's not going to mess with me here, but hopefully you guys can still hear me. So that's from Rockware. I'm going to go ahead and show you what my original laptop looks like, just so you can get a comparison of the quality difference. You saw what that one looked like. I'm going to bring up the integrated webcam, and really not something to write home about in most cases. So I've got it set to the highest setting here. Couple things you're going to notice right away when I do this. You know, you're getting those blown out highlights over here. Let me go full screen. So that's my laptop from my regular laptop. Clarity is definitely worse over here. And this is from Lenovo, so this is actually set to the highest settings. And this is after I've done a lot of tuning. It does have a little privacy shutter in my Lenovo. It gets the white balance wrong 9 times out of 10. So you can see my face is definitely blown out. So a lot crisper looking. And if I go over here, I can actually show you what it looks like. That's with some significant tuning on that integrated camera. Let me see if I can reset it back to factory here. That's it. Yep. So that's automatic setting. So it's actually doing pretty good compared to what it normally does. But normally it's much, much worse than this. So that is the built-in camera. I'm going to go back over here and turn that guy off. And we're going to take a look at the next product. So that's from Rockware. I would say for a business camera, if you download some software, I use the software called Camus. If you use that, price cannot be beat on this one, though. I'm going to bring up my Amazon shop here, and I'm going to let you guys see that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring that up in Microsoft Edge, Amazon.com. There we go. And if you guys are interested in where do you find all these deals, John, where do I find the links to this? Let me show you real quick here. I'm just pulling it up right now on the stream. That URL that's scrolling across the bottom and making everybody seasick here. This is where it's at. You can visit my Amazon show page, and sure enough, there's TechTober's idea list. Let me go ahead and make sure you guys can see that too. I have to hit an extra button here. So there you go. So now you guys can see my Amazon shop. It's got my big banner across the top, says the Net Guy. If I'm streaming live, you're going to see me down here live. It's a little bit delayed, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. And then if you come down here, you can see the TechTober list, which is the hot tech. These are all the things that we're looking at today. Rockware RC08, and I believe this one's on sale right now. So yeah, $39. Once it's tuned up, like all of these cameras in this range, once it's tuned up, you can get some pretty good images out of it. I like the portability of it. There's a bunch of things that I think are just a nice to have that you get automatically with this one. So like I said, portability being one of those big things. The lens quality is good. The speaker quality is a little bit tinny. You're going to have to deal with that. Sorry. But check that box, and now you've got an extra $10 off if you log in. And it does have free Prime shipping. So that's one thing. It does have some other cool modes here. Safety mode here with the sliding shutter. A lot of the really cheap ones don't have an integrated shutter. They'll have something that you stick on, almost as bad as a piece of paper here. So it's saying that it's a 2K HD webcam, so slightly better than 1080p or in that range. And it has a 0.2 TOF focus. Now that's an interesting thing because if you look on the side here of this, let me pull this up real quick. So if you look on this side of it, that little unit has two little lights. Apparently, it's got some sort of laser range finding autofocus. I didn't notice it being focusing better or worse than other stuff, but it might, so if that's something interesting to you, I didn't notice it focusing worse. Let me put it that way. So the focus seemed pretty good on it. And if you're a product reviewer like me, if you're constantly bringing products up or showing people things, constantly, it's nice to have something that has that focus that switches real quick. So that is from Rockware. Thanks to them for, again, sending this thing out. That's our first product up that I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to go right away on to our next product if there are no questions on here. I'm just double checking the Amazon chat. No questions on Amazon. Good to see you guys here on a Tuesday evening. I'm here every Tuesday evening. And I just asked the smart assistant I showed last week. I asked her how many weeks is it until the new year, and she said 10. 9 weeks till Christmas. That's just a shopping thing for you guys. So if you've got a kid that's been doing remote school, this can be a really cool gift. Definitely helps them out on their computer. And, budget game streaming might be nice to have a webcam, and it has the integrated audio, which is pretty slick. So I'm going to grab our next product up, which is actually from Oculus. So now, whether you call this Oculus or Meta Quest is now the new branding if you were to get the new boxes. This is my personal one. This is an Oculus Quest 2, and this is a VR headset. Now, complete honesty, VR makes me dizzy. I use it for a while. I'm not a big VR fan, but I do have a killer demo for you guys today. Let me know if you guys do VR and if you're really into that. Meta Quest, they're getting into this whole virtual reality stuff, all the stuff you saw in sci-fi movies of the past. They're getting into that, which is pretty interesting. And this is that first, well, it's not even their first. This is one of the products that's kind of getting you on your way there. If you watch the movie Ready Player One, that shows you where we're headed, in, this metaverse. So these are the handles that come with it. Very easy to use, works great for kids and adults. I bring this out to show you because we've got a product that makes this a whole lot more usable. Now, there's a couple things, like I said. One, I get a little bit dizzy in VR. You can get it better adjusted. The other thing I noticed is my strap was not keeping the Oculus in place. Like I was constantly moving around, or I had to tighten it too much, and I don't have any hair, so this thing should fit pretty well, right? Let me show you real quick what the unit itself looks like. I'm going to put that over there. So this is my unit, and it's got a little scuffs and scratches already from the kids. Very easy to use. Like I said, you strap this on. It has a built-in battery. The difference on the Quest 2 versus some of the other ones is this one doesn't require a PC to run. A lot of times you're going to see game streamers and guys, they're going to have a really cool PC, and then they plug this in, and this just becomes a display. This one actually has the graphics processing in it now. So this is a little bit heavier. It's got a little bit more going on in it. It's got a built-in battery and some other stuff. So that's what you get there. I'm going to try this, and I've been practicing it, but I have no idea if this is going to work. So bear with me here. I've actually set it up so that you can see what I see. Now, I don't know if people do this on Amazon even, right? Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen anybody on Amazon show you VR live. That's what I'm going to try to do today. If it doesn't work, let's just say I tried. Because I want to show you what I see. We're going to play a quick little game. One of them that's very, very popular because it's free is the Beat Saber demo. And just kind of like Guitar Hero, if you ever had a Wii or any Wii Bowling and these other ones, it's an interactive game, and people just love that. They eat it up. And so I've got my computer set up here. It says it's going to work. We're going to find out real quick here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing on. Now, I already have it turned on, and I'm just looking over here because I need to tell it to cast. So let me go over here to sharing, and I'm going to tell it to screencast. And hopefully this will catch up to me here. Cast.
Here's how you can start casting.
Okay, so it's going to tell me about casting to a computer. Next, and I'm on there. And if everything is working right, of course, I had this working like 2 minutes ago. So let me refresh that page here and we'll see if that catches up. Really would love to show you. There we go. Okay, it's going to show you what this looks like. So as I move my head around, it's actually moving the scene. I'm going to go ahead down here and adjust this. So I'm kind of cheating for you guys here. And then I'm going to hit the button and you guys are going to be transformed into the world of VR with me. Let me know in the chat if you've ever seen this. So as I look around my room, I'm seeing different things. Now let me go into the settings here and I can show you I'm actually in my office right now. So this is my studio. There's my lights. There's all the computers and stuff you're seeing here. So, oh, you know what? It's not showing the transparency to you guys, I don't think. But yeah, so I have the transparency mode on so I can see around it. But here's the regular mode. And we can go over to my app library and we can see all the different things I've been playing. I've been playing this one. This is that Beat Saber demo. Now, I'm not going to spend too long on it and I'm not going to teach you everything about it, but I just wanted to show you what this looks like. Hopefully you guys aren't going to get seasick here, but this is an Oculus VR headset. I probably look so weird because I'm trying not to like beat up my computers or cameras here. And so these are my two hand controllers and I'm using it now kind of like a sword. So I'm in a VR space. If I look around, I'm actually able to move. So I have to do this. Now there's music playing. I don't know if you guys even get to hear that music. Let's hope not because I don't want to get in trouble here. So very popular with the kids. I got myself in trouble because I challenged my kids to this. And just like Guitar Hero, I found out I'm not great at it. Oh, I think I had that right, but it didn't let me. So that's Beat Saber. Let me know if you guys have ever played that. And you were able to see that. Hopefully everything worked out well. That was my demo for you guys of Beat Saber. And that is the Oculus VR. I could spend an hour alone just talking about this. And, you know, maybe if you guys are interested, let me know. I can do something cool like that. For you guys to see this, but I want to show you one accessory now, and I'm going to pull it up in the chat here. So hopefully you guys, it's so dark. She says, Serene, thank you so much, Serene. Sorry it was dark in there. I'll have to figure out how to get all the lighting and everything perfect because it is a really fun game to watch when you have friends over. I'm going to show you a cool product, and this is from the Elite Strap Company. Now I'm going to switch to the top-down camera while I do this so you guys can see this. So this is my Oculus Quest 2. Now, like I said, the strap, not super adjustable, but you know, you can adjust it in and out. Comfort, this thing does weigh quite a bit on the front, right? So the front of this has some heft to it, and that causes some people to get uncomfortable because it's kind of tilting down all the time. So let me show you a trick here. This company, Elite Strap, made a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. This adds up to 8 hours to your game time. Honestly, I've been getting about 3 or less on this thing, maybe 2. And this one adds 8 hours. So it's an incredibly large battery. But the other cool thing is it doesn't add a ton of weight, which is something that I liked. So very, very compact in here. Now they're going to include a couple cool things. They're going to give you another charging cable. You can charge this with your existing Oculus charger, which is nice. They're going to give you these eye cup protectors, which I never had for mine. So, you know, when you're getting fingerprints all over the inside, they give you these. So when you're packing things up, there's an instruction manual. Toss it. I'm going to show you everything you need to know right now. It's really easy to get installed. I was worried about that initially. So Serene says, will this allow me to escape my reality? I know sometimes I'm ready to do that too. I tell you, I bit my tongue so hard this morning and I'm like, oh, that was awful. I was having my morning coffee and breakfast. And then about an hour before the show, I was eating a sunflower seed. I went sideways and I went to bite and I bit my tongue again in the same exact spot. That I was like, okay, I'm ready for VR. I'm done today. So let me show you how this works real quick. I'm going to move some things off to the side here so you can see better. So this is the unit here from the Elite Strap. Power button goes up. Just remember that real quick. So this is the strap and how it comes in. To adjust this and put it onto your Quest, go ahead and just pull and this inner shield comes out. So this piece here, these two pieces, they come out. Really, really simple. Put those off to the side. Take the strap here, slide it through. There we go. Take this side here pull it out. Now I feel like I should go play around with like the gunslinging game or whatever. They have a really cool 3D shooting roller coaster game. It'll probably make everybody sick. I'm going to set that off to the side. You're not going to need that anymore. Now this strap is going to come separate when you get it, but just slide that strap through from the top. Now you can adjust all of these until you get the tension just right, but go ahead and slide that strap up through the front of this. Now let me show you how that is, right? So I'm just coming right under this top bar here till I get the Velcro past. And now I can adjust that and do it down. So you can adjust this to whatever you want. Let me show you. I got to flip this over. I almost did that wrong. Another cool thing about this is it has this adjustability. So if you ever worn a hard hat, a well-fitting hard hat, this is exactly how those work. So it's got this ratcheting adjuster. Adjust it out, flip these over. Okay, so now, I think this thing actually adds a little bit of extension. If you've got a big head and you want to do some VR, this definitely adds a little bit of room there, and I'm going to slide this up, and it's securely fastened. Now I've got that this way. To turn it on, just one tap, and you can see it's going to be real light, but I've got 4 lights, so I've got a full battery. Double tap to turn it off. So this is your battery pack and adjuster all in one. You know what? It actually balances the unit. So if you look on that main camera here, now the unit doesn't fall forward or back. So I think this is a lot more comfortable to wear. One last thing you got to do. So take and go down the side here and just plug in right here the USB-C connector. Okay, so now I'm ready to go. I open it up all the way. I've never tried this with my studio headset on. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I missed one step. Let me get that in there real quick. I have to put this back on. This is going to allow me to have that front cover or sweatband, as they should call it. This is going to allow me to have that nice padded front cover. I just noticed that when I was going to put this on. So let me put this back on. That's how easy it is to install. So 30 seconds, maybe a minute at most. And you install this once and you keep it on here. Now I can adjust this. If this is too tight and I need it to be taller up, I can adjust it out on both ends. But let's just see how it looks. Okay, so now I'm back in my Beat Saber demo. I'm just turning the back handle here till it looks like it's working. And I'm going to go back into Beat Saber world with you guys. Hopefully you guys can see this now. Now, like I said, really, really convenient. Let me go back out to the app library. And let's see if I've got the roller coaster, Epic Roller Coaster. Let's do that one. Update later. Quit app. There we go. So now hopefully you guys are seeing the loading screen here. So we're going to load the Epic Roller Coaster. Now what's cool about this is, one, put people in a chair and just watch them squirm. It's pretty funny. This roller coaster game, it's gonna not be for the squeamish. It's just getting booted up here. Oh, I need to recenter my view. I'm going to put it over here. Oh, there's Epic Roller Coasters. Now, to me, that's all in 3D. You can see my hands here. It's just wild. Hopefully you guys can see that again. It's loading it up, but you're going to get to pick and basically do a roller coaster ride. And you can actually do one where you're shooting as you go here. So I'm going to see if I've got one that I can do. T-Rex Kingdom, comfortable, top speed, 90. Let's do it. Let's choose this one. So hopefully you guys are seeing this. I know it's a little bit dark, you guys mentioned. So Jonathan says, I used to have the regular Oculus Quest, but no more. Oh, don't use it anymore. Okay, well, hopefully there's not a reason for that, but let's see here. Was that Santa Claus? Did I just see Santa Claus in here? Can I put Santa in the... Yeah, let's see if we can get Santa in here. Let's go. I'm ready. Okay, we're going to try this out. Normally, on this one, I play the shooting one. I know that you can go faster or slower through the roller coaster. And for you guys, it's probably not going to be like super amazing. But for me, you have to remember, this is like totally immersive. I'm trying not to hit my cameras and screens here because that would just be weird. Okay, push the safety bar, press X to start the ride. Okay, now look, if I'm looking around here, I'm looking around my vehicle with just there's Santa Claus. Hi, that's awesome. Oh man. Okay, so what is that? Oh my gosh, I have a selfie stick and I can take a picture with Santa. I want to know if that actually looks amazing. Uh-oh. What do I got on this end? Oh, I get double selfie sticks. There we go. So I'm just looking around again, completely immersive, looking all the way around me, and that's the Oculus Quest. But one thing you'll notice is that this is really well balanced. That's what I want to talk about. So this is the Elite strap that I'm showing you guys right now, 10,000 milliamp hour. Now, let me show you why that's important. So as I'm playing this, let me go down to my battery here. I'm at 56%, but you notice the little charge indicator says charging. If I hit this twice back here, it turns off. So 56% is good for hour, hour and a half maybe of gameplay. I just double tap or tap that one time, turns on, and now I'm charging through the side of my Oculus here, and I'm using the battery pack on the back. So I get both batteries. I get an extra 8 hours total of playtime here. That's what's coming up, and that is, again, Elite Strap Company. Oh man, if you've got kids, this can be a totally immersive experience. Before I end up like falling over here, I'm gonna have to get out of this mode and show you another product. But again, that's if you've never used it before, that is what it looks like in an Oculus. There you go. Oh man, that's great. Jay was watching on the Amazon. What? I've been here the whole time, Pinky says. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back to the store here. I want to show you the product that we were just looking at. So we were looking at the Oculus, but again, that I could spend forever just talking about that one. I want to show you the add-on strap that I just added because this has got a permanent home now. This is the one that balances out your Oculus, gives you 8 hours of battery life, gives you that adjustable strap. And again, so it's a ratcheting mechanism back here. Let me pull it up on the top down so you guys can see it in the lower corner here at least. So I'm able just to turn that ratcheting strap there. And now I can adjust it to fit perfectly. So that's another super exciting thing about this. Very easy to charge. I believe it says 2.5 hours on the quick charge or 4 hours for regular charging. So you're getting 2 times the gameplay for your charging. And that's probably, like I said, one of the 2 big letdowns for me on this was the balance. It's not balanced normally when you get the Oculus Quest 2. This is perfectly balanced now. So that's one huge advantage. And then the battery life was always really questionable. And when you run out of batteries, you got to stop playing. Well, this is your key to keep going. So if you've got a family or friends over and you guys are all hanging out, this can extend it. And it says there, you got a 2.5 hour fast charge and a 4 hour normal charge setting on this one. So that is the Elite Strap with battery. Again, this is John the Net Guy. Thank you guys for tuning in here. I got a couple more products. If this is your first time here, I see a bunch of YouTubers have been chatting away on the side here. But I want to say hi to a couple of them here. Hey, Jonathan, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Just got here from the Pinky Tech stream, he says. So he's with one of our other streamers that's in here. And Pinky says, what? I've been here the whole time. I doubt that. But hopefully you guys didn't miss this. I literally had Oculus running through a laptop, through the capture. This is like a 3 PC streaming setup tonight, guys. But we're taking a look at this strap right now. I'm going to get on to the next products because otherwise we're just going to be playing games all night, which, hey, some streamers do that, right? Again, that's from the Elite Strap Company. Right now, that thing is available for $69. Just want to bring that up. One thing about it, I thought there was a coupon code. Let me double check. Yeah, 20% off. Now, your math is better than mine. I'm not logged into Amazon on that browser, so I can't tell you. That looks to be about 15 bucks. So you're getting this closer to the $50 price point than it is at 70, which is a great deal for 10,000 amp hour battery pack, basically. So the kids can love this. The next product I got to pull up is something interesting. I've never had one of these products before. I've had lots of webcams. I've never had a video bar. Let me take and shut this down real quick, make some room here. And this one, I have to thank Anchor Work for sharing this product. They sent this out to me for a fair and honest review. And I want to tell you all about it. One of the things about it, is it's going to be for your professional streamers. So this is something that you're going to get an executive. This is not something that, every Joe Schmo or Joe Pinky Tech in your company is going to use as a webcam. And part of that is the price tag. It comes in at an MSRP of over $200. And for some people, that might be a lot. But if you're an executive at a company and you have a brand or an image to maintain, it's going to be one of those things that you're going to have to invest in. And the other cool thing about this is it has a built-in light. So this is the B600 video bar from Anchor. Now I'm going to switch the product on the Amazon carousel. Make sure nobody had questions about the headset here. Head circumference is adjustable. Serene says roller coasters are solid. And that's so awesome. Serene, good to see you over there. Pulling up the Anchor. Now, the only problem about the Anchor right now is sold out. Like, there's a couple places you can get it. I'll show you how to pull that up on Amazon. But just amazing right off of the bat. One thing about it, this cover. So this is their integrated video light. Now, some big YouTubers, Linus and others, have done full teardown reviews if you want those. But the idea here is this is going to be the camera to end all cameras for your executives. Now, it is so big and so heavy. I just have to show you this. This is a regular soda can. This thing is bigger. Sideways, taller, bigger, everything. Weight is heavier. In any way that you measure it, this thing is definitely going to be a little bit heftier. Would it be as good for travel? Probably not. So if you've got a traveling executive, there's other options out there. I do love the adjustability of it. It's the only one that I've seen that has double quarter 20 mounts. So it's got a quarter 20 mount here. You can put it on a tripod, which it's so heavy you might need to. This is like one of the first cameras that's gotten to that level. You can adjust it and remove it here if you have a fixed mount or you have a ball head that you want to put it on. You can ditch this entirely. They've done some pretty cool usability stuff with it, and I'm going to use that real quick. I do have to pull one other product up and show you first because my setup is not going to work well with this. So if I put this on my laptop, it is literally so big it'll drop the laptop. A regular PC monitor, this has no problem. So if your executive's got a regular monitor, but a lot of them are running around with laptops. So I grabbed a product that I didn't have planned for the show. I threw it into the carousel, and it's actually really, really cool. Let me see if it made it in here. Give me 1 second to go to add. I added it to the idea list, and this is a webcam stand. Heavy, heavy duty webcam stand. And I would love to show you cool products. This is one where I'm going to do that. So this one here has been in my shelf for some time. It is very, very heavy when you buy it in the box. I just pulled it up here on Amazon. So this is from InnoGear. If you have a very heavy webcam like the B600, which I'm about to demo, you're going to need something with some pretty good heft to hold it. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you. We're going to pull it on the camera so you can see. Let me just get some of the products out of the way. So this is the InnoGear. The model's WS130, WS130. Comes in a lot of little pieces, but actually every one of these pieces you'll use eventually. So very happy about that. And it has the manual. Now, manual you probably won't need, honestly. Let me go ahead and put this up here so you guys can see it. This is the base. Very heavy base. If you've ever done podcasting or had microphones, this is where all the weight is, which is exactly what you want. Let's open up the next piece. This stem is adjustable. And now, interestingly enough, I want to show that to you real quick here. This almost looked like it's not there. When you get it, you have to open this adjuster up and then you slide this out, and this is your locking collar for your webcam. So that's what you're looking at there. But this is adjustable. We're going to put it in the base real quick. This is, again, from InnoGear, the WS130. I'm going to double check and make sure I didn't miss any chats here. Oh, Zachary, you're late. I can't believe it. Well, welcome, Zachary. We're just taking a look at the B600 from Anchor, probably the coolest, craziest webcam with the weirdest features I've ever seen. I'm glad that's not in the video, but I'll tell you more about that. I've made a full video for them about that webcam because it is so special. But just to even get that webcam going, I had to get a stand here. So I'm putting together the stand from InnoGear, and it actually does have a pretty decent ball head. So this ball head goes on either directly on the stand, so you can put it right down there at the base if you want something very short, or you can put this extension, the snake adjustment extension, and it's heavy duty. You'll see when I put this webcam on here, it's not going to budge, it's not going to shake, it's going to be really, really firm. And what I like is if you think about eye height and you've got a laptop, I've got a coworker, man, I need to send him this. He's got a webcam that's down at laptop level or below, and you're always looking up his nostrils. This is going to allow you to get that webcam up, and watch this. So adjustability there. Now, if I want it to go all the way down, I just take this ball head off of here and I can screw it onto there. So completely adjustable there. I wanted to show you that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to show you guys how I thread that on. So I can take this ball head, and I can adjust it in there. Now, like I said, if you've got all this adjustment already, you may decide that you don't need that. Now, I can adjust the side-to-side tilt on this thing. I can adjust everything, but that looks good to me. And now, again, this has its own adjustment, so it can get pretty far up there from Anker. Again, that's the Anker B600, which we're going to look at next. Let me get this plugged into the computer, and I'm going to give you a video sample of this so you can see what the quality looks like. Another couple things I have to point out. This Anker is so big and so powerful. It's got basically a mini computer in it. It's got AI built into this webcam. And again, for over $200, that's kind of what you're getting. But it requires dual USB-Cs, one for power, one for data. That's how big this webcam has gotten. The cable that it comes with actually pretty long. So this is a little over 5 feet, maybe. It's right at almost 6 feet long. And I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And I'm going to go ahead and plug that into my laptop. Hopefully I've got enough room here. I'll put it off to the side. But this is where you're going to get a much more natural look out of your webcam is if it's up off of the table. So now I've got this thing plugged in. My computer is just getting it installed. I need to adjust the sound down on it. So it immediately picked up my audio now from my computer and started playing it out of this because this has dual integrated speakers. Let me show you that real quick here on the side camera. So you can see the connections in the back that are being made. There's dual USBs. It also has an extra USB-A there for you. But let me show you this feature. Probably never saw this. Tap that side. You now have a video light built in. So again, that's the purpose of this, is a light shield. And then the mute is the red light that you're seeing there. That's not an on-air. Now, if I just tap the side, I have basically all the controls that I'll have in the app. And I can adjust them right here from the side. But everybody wants to know what's this look like, right? So let me get that set up. I got to do a couple settings here, and then I can do that for you. So I'm going to get mine, and I'm going to go off of that integrated video camera, which, again, even on the best computers, the cameras are garbage. I'm going to go ahead and put on the Anker Work video bar. It has 4 distinct microphones, 4. And you're going to notice the difference right away. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and mute this one, and I'm going to open up the other one. There we go. I'm so silly. I forgot to hit the mute button. So there you go. Now, the software automatically zoomed in on me a little bit because this does have a very wide field of view. But one thing I'm noticing immediately, this sign back here that I've had, all the webcams today have not been able to show the text on that. This one is so sharp. Beard hairs, webcam. Again, quality on the audio. I'm a big audio quality guy. And the audio quality on this one, let me know what you think about it. I've got an air conditioner blowing right on and all that, but it does have 4 distinct microphones, and that's what you should be hearing now. Not this is not actually on right now, so you're not hearing that. Couple things. Again, this does have, now you notice it's not even really changing when I adjust the video light, and that's because I've got so much lighting in the studio. I spent a lot of time getting my lighting just right. This is straight out of the box capability. Now I'm going to bring up Anker, and then I can go through the device. It looks like I locked up here. They're fighting over one of your cameras. There you go. So it was fighting to get that software going. One second. I want to do the adjustment in Anker Work to my video, but I can't because it looks like it took over. So what I end up having to do is I stream. Let me do the stop the video stream side here. And then I'm going to share the Anker Work software if I can do that. See if it'll do that. Got it. So it's saying that my video bar was in use by another program. Let me see if I can switch this off real quick for you guys. Sorry for the delay here, but I'm just getting everything set for you. I want to be able to show you the quality that this thing has. So I'm going back to my integrated webcam, and I'll do the video bar. Let me see if it'll share audio. Okay, there we go. Let me share. So now I apologize, the are not match the application, and it's going to be very delayed. It's just the compression. So I wanted to show all of the capabilities. At 2K mode and 95 degrees, it says, so I can adjust here in how close it is. Now, that is digital zoom. It does have the solo from the AI to zoom in on me. So as I move around, and again, apologize that the audio is for a little while here, but as I move around, it's supposed to follow me. Let's see if it'll do that. So that's the frame. There you go. So if I gotta stop moving for a little bit. The other thing I always have problems with webcams is this guy over here. So it can be challenging for him too. Go through here. A couple things I have to point out about the software. I'm too bright right now. I want less brightness. I want more contrast on my picture. So even just turning the brightness down a tick made it better. I can turn the contrast up a little bit. Probably balance this out a little bit better. There we go. Maybe a little bit more brightness now. More contrast. Okay, I did that. The saturation got too much, so then I'll do that down and do the brightness down a little bit. So again, you can spend a while. Once you get this tuned up just right with the Anchor software, now I'm going to go ahead and close it. It's going to remember those settings. So when I go through here and I add the video back into our restream here, and this is the webcam software that I'm using. So I just closed out of the program. So when I do that, now I'm back on the webcam. You can see it's a little bit crisper even. So just a little bit of adjustment. This is almost DSLR quality, I have to say. So we're using the InnoGear stand here. I'm not even using the backlight, but I can turn it on and off just with that touch. I will have a full video coming out on this thing. Let's go take a look at Amazon real quick, and I'm going to switch back over to the other one. Okay, so hopefully you guys are still hearing me here. We're just taking a look. This is John the Net Guy. We're taking a look at the B600. This is a video bar. It's a webcam with lights, with 4 microphones, with 2 speakers. My review says this thing's going to be great for a conference room. If you want to have a permanent mount, maybe a video room that you use with an executive, this would be great. I could see this being used at a lot of companies, and companies are doing this more now. Hey, we got some people visiting. Andrew, thank you. He says, greeting net dudes. Good to see you, my friend. And then Jonathan Talks Hardware says, I'm a big sub-bass guy. There you go. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to go check out Amazon one more time real quick here. So I'm going to pull up our screen share. I'm going to bring up a window for Amazon. We're going to take a look at the correct product here. And like I said, I'm going to have a full video that comes out on this one, and you're going to get all of the details, the things I like and don't like. Picture quality is one of the best. So while the portability of this thing suffers greatly, they've really got it where it counts in the capabilities that this has. If you hit see all buying options, here's what I was talking about. If you have Prime, you can actually have this delivered with Prime. You can also save $20 on it and get it for $199 right now. Also, it's available from another seller for $230 with no discount, so I don't know why you would do that. But you can see fairly high ratings here. It is not a 4K. So when you're in the world of these very high ends, and I've looked at the one that it's showing here right above it. This is the Nexigo N970p. It's got a bunch of capabilities with remote control and all these other things, and it says it's 4K. I think the picture is neck and neck, if not a tiny bit better on the Anchor right out of the box. One thing that I have to say though, they don't have any white balance tuning. So if you're somebody that has a bright window and interior lighting, it can be hard. So I'm hoping that Anchor updates their software to give you a little bit more advanced control, because I could see this being a great for a streamer. If you're somebody that does video game streaming and you want to have a just dead sharp webcam, Something that'll work great with a green screen. This is one of those as well. Just taking a look, they've got their magic sight is what they're calling it here. But it does have all those capabilities. It has lighting, it has microphone, can take video, and it's got audio. So it's kind of an all-in-one solution, especially if you have like a desktop that you're looking to turn into a conferencing station. This is going to have it all. So pretty cool. Very neat, very neat. And that was from the Anchor Company. And we just also took a look at a bonus product, and this is the stand that I'm using. Is from InnoGear. This would be really cool. You could put it up behind a monitor, so if you needed to get your stuff up, or if you have a laptop. One of the things I hate about webcams is as people type on their laptops, their camera like does this, or you're looking up their nose. So from InnoGear, I really do appreciate them. This is a great product if you're looking at that. So Boston Butterfly says, scrolling your carousel. Awesome. I appreciate that. I'm going to pull up two more products here. First one I got to pull up is actually something I wanted to show you a few weeks ago, but the one I got was actually bad. And that happens. I usually don't hold it against companies, but especially if we're dealing with the more budget-friendly end of the market, I should say. So I'm going to put some of this stuff back out of the way here real quick. And that was the B600. Look for my full review on that one soon. It'll be available on Amazon as well, and hopefully on the Amazon page if they'll have me. Give me 1 second to put that off to the side. So that was our video light bar. The next product I'm going to bring up is actually right here. And this is a PoE checker. So who needs a PoE checker? Well, if you're doing network wiring, I know a lot of people on here are network folks. This one will actually give you the voltage. I had a friend the other day that did sell a device with PoE, and somebody was complaining that it wasn't working right. So, he did, I don't know what tester he used, probably a Fluke or something really expensive. This one's available for $38. Occasionally goes on sale. And this is the kit you get. It's very similar to a lot of those standard network checkers. Apparently, it's on. I must have hit the button when I was pulling it out here. So there's the device. The screen that you see is on. Device number is NF488, it calls it. This is the wire map feature that comes with it. We'll talk about what that is and why you need it. And then these are a bunch of different accessories. So pretty cool stuff. So what is a PoE checker going to do? It is going to check the voltage and continuity of your power over Ethernet devices. Now, I'm about to pull up an interesting webcam, or should I call it web? It's an IP camera, a PoE IP camera, and I wanted a way to test how much voltage and wattage and stuff it was using because it has a pretty bright light on it. So I got this device a long time ago, and the one I had, no matter what I did, I could not get it to do a continuity test properly. So this has a little menu. It has PoE, continuity, power consumption, loopback, and setup. So if I go over here to PoE, we're going to need a PoE switch. And I just happen to have, where did I put them? From Sedola, here we go. It's that kind of day, guys. From Sedola PoE Networks. They sent this out to me a while ago. I want to thank them again. Been a real big sponsor of the show. This is their 8-port gigabit. If you're looking for a budget-friendly gigabit PoE Ethernet switch, you can run cameras, phone systems, alarms, smart devices, other routers and stuff from PoE. This is where it's at. So the only thing I'm going to plug in is power to this device, and then I'm going to plug it into my network. I just happen to have a network cable for the uplink. So I'm going to plug into one of its uplink ports. So let's say this switch was acting up. This one is not. But let's say this switch was acting up, and I just wanted to find, give me 1 second. Need to see where I put my network cable. I got a spare network cable here for the show. And I wanted to find out what the voltage was on this PoE switch. I can plug into any one of the ports. And on here, there's 2 test ports. There's one that says PoE test in, and then there's PoE test out. If I plug into the in, and then I select OK on this, it's going to show me that it's got 10 volts. Now, this is just trace voltage because this one is an auto sensing. Hopefully you guys can see that. 10 volts, N span, 1 watt. So it's just got a very small amount of trace voltage coming through right now. And that's really so it can detect the next item that I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to show you a couple other features on this one, and then we're going to show you how this can actually meter, kind of like an inline, ammeter. It can show you how much power your PoE devices is pulling on your load. So if you have a PoE budget you're working within, you can do that. Let me show you a couple other features on this one. If I have this right here, I can go back out and I can go to continuity. And I need to go to RJ45. Learned all about this last night. Go to RJ45 and I can hit OK on continuity, OK to test. Now, I'm not going to break another cable like I did before. I've done this before for you guys. You know I'm in it to win it here, but let's see if I can get that to focus for you. There we go. So RM, remote, and then the meter, and then that is all of the lines are straight through wired on this cable. So that's what it's telling you, is that your cable has continuity on every line. Now, I've used this before when you have a break in a cable. It's been very, very cool. So $38, it's giving you both a very simplistic cable checker, which is good, and it's also giving you that capability to check PoE power, which we're going to do next. So let me look for one more. Just realized I need all these cables for this thing to work. So this is an extra Ethernet cable. Now this has one more trick up its sleeve, but I'm going to have to bring the next product out, which is actually from Viclin. So this is from Viclin company. Bring it on the top down so you guys can see it. And this is an IP PoE camera. Now, if you don't have PoE and you just want a nice security camera, it's 5 megapixels. This one can work really, really well. I'm going to do a quick unbox here just to get it out. And then I'm going to show you this camera and what it can do here. So there's the camera. It has no standard night vision like you'd normally see. And I'll tell you why. This has got an f of 1. So f-stop of 1 on this little tiny lens. And it has a supplementary light. So when it gets dark, it doesn't use infrared. It uses real light. Has one little tiny, almost flashlight style light. And it's enough with the Starlight night vision sensor from the Wyze company. That's becoming more available to other companies now. With the Starlight night vision on this, you're going to get color night vision out of this at night with no infrared. So I'm just going to show you real quick because I want to show you how this product works. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my tester in a way that it is in line. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to plug a PoE port here. I'm going to plug this into my tester into the port that's labeled. Hopefully you guys can see that. In. PoE test in. So I'm doing that real quick. There we go. If the company covers a swift return, you can add good customer service to the review. Absolutely. You know what? Amazon warrantied it right away. So the one that I had was not working. What had happened was the continuity on like the second line was broken. I didn't want to take the device apart. So they did replace it right away for me. So that wasn't an issue from Amazon. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to plug this camera in. You're going to notice something, well, one right away. This camera's booted up. You can see the light there that just flickered. I can go back here and I can go back over to PoE. Now, it's going to be hard to see this, but I'm going to hit PoE. Now we're getting 51.8 volts at 10 watts, 9.9. So all my nerdy guys here are going, oh, that's kind of cool. You can measure the PoE usage of your device. Now it's going to change depending on if you've got a phone, router, whatever with a bunch of extra downstream in it. But this is just booting up right now. And I can leave this plugged in. It's actually using IP networking right now. So this thing's booting up. And I'm going to pull up the app if I can for this camera. So we'll see that it's actually running. But that's what I wanted to show you. Again, 2 products here. This one is just generic PoE checker. This is the NF488. I would say if you're in a pinch and you can't afford, the nicer units from Klein or Fluke or anybody that are multiple hundreds of dollars, this one, it works. And a couple other things that I need to show you in the bag, which are really cool about it. Now, let's say you're going to use this camera or your router or whatever with a 12-volt source. Well, it has this DC barrel jack adapter. And on the side of the unit, it has 2 DC jacks. You can actually watch the power consumption of a camera or non-PoE device directly through the side, which is pretty cool. Also is going to have your RJ11 for your business phone system capability there, your house phones. has this little banana adapter, which I don't know if I would plug that into anything without getting electrocuted. And then it does have a little short test cable here. So if you need to just plug it right into a switch, you don't want to have another cable, you've got a nice little chunk of whatever Cat 5 or 6 that is. So pretty cool. Very neat there. Let me go ahead and pull the show phone out here. And we're going to go make sure we cover both of these. So that was the PoE checker. Now I'm going to switch over to the camera that I kind of unboxed rapidly for us here. And I want to be able to show you that. So this is from the Vic Lin company. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's a 5 megapixel outdoor rated, so weatherproof. You can have this out in the rain. It's going to have 2 connectivity modes. You can plug it into an AC adapter, or you can plug it directly into Ethernet or Ethernet with PoE. So once you have those, you can decide, and it does have a weather cover here. I just took it off and lost it, of course. But you know, this thing is outdoor rated for that. The picture on it is good. Is it exceptional? You know, like 8K, just amazing? Not necessarily, but you know, you're getting what you pay for. We'll go look at the price on it. The price is pretty affordable right now. I'm going to go ahead and open the app here, do a little refresh. Okay, I can see myself. So that's a good sign. Let me pull up the app for you guys so you can see. I need to bring one more cable to get that over to you guys. And you guys can see this. Now, if you guys have ever used Hikvision, those guys are super duper popular. These guys have partnered with them. So a lot of the user interface on this looks identical to the Hikvision, and I wouldn't doubt that they're compatible. They also have an NVR capability. Now, wired, you're going to get super fast video here. So I can do this sideways. Now, quality, that's debatable. You're not going to get as good of a quality when you're using it in this harsh lighting. I've got tons of studio lights. It's going to have a hard problem with all the different types of light sources here. These things always make me look red, but you can see I can look around here. The frame rate is good. It is 20 frames a second and 5 megapixel, which is about 3072 by something. So again, decent look here. What's interesting about it is it has a microphone for audio so you can listen. It does not have two-way audio. I'm trying to see if I can cover up the light sensor on it so that it'll turn the light on. I don't think I can trick it, unfortunately. I don't have enough coverage there. But what it'll do is it'll kick on this little spotlight here that's available. I'm just double checking if I can do that on the app. That is one thing I would say is the app has been a little bit limiting when you use this. So I think that this would be best through their NVRs. They have a bunch of NVRs, and when I went in the back end of the software, you can totally nerd out. That's the other cool thing. RTSP protocol and OnVIF supported right out of the box. So you can do that. It does have encryption built in, so we're just taking a look at it right now. You can put an SD card, I believe, up to a 256 gig. So if you're somebody that has Wyze cameras, that's, you know, a lot of my audience watches for the Wyze company, and you wanted to look at what more, I guess, commercial systems look like, they look like this, right? They're going to be bullet cameras, they call them. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the back out mode here. I'm using my power screwdriver. You can see this camera's still on. And I'm going to see if it will take. Now, this is a waterproof cover on the bottom of the camera. Now, you can record your footage back to your NVR, wherever it is. I love that it has captive screws, by the way. Check that out. And down in here is where you put your micro SD. So I've got a micro SD in there. 1 second. So I've got a micro SD card in there right now, which is storing all my footage. I'm going to bring up real quick one of the screens here so you can see some playback of the footage that I caught earlier and see the difference in quality on here real quick. So I installed this outdoors at my house. I'm going to go ahead and bring the app back up, pictures and videos, and I'm going to bring it up here so you guys can look at it. And these are, believe it or not, late at night, and I'm going to show you there. That's the quality that you're looking at in the recording. So the way I tested it and the way I thought it was interesting is looking at my boat. And again, it looks even better when you're on a PC. If I'm looking at my boat, I can actually read the numbers. And so here it's coming down. Remember that light that's integrated to it? Here's the color night vision. So I had lights coming from my garage that were lighting up. And now that light comes on inside of it, and it's lighting up the outside there. Now, I'm going to show you real quick if I can. what that looks like from the outside of my house. I want to do that real quick. And then we're going to wrap up here because I do have a hard stop today. I appreciate all you guys for checking in here. This is awesome. It's really good to see you guys. Glad for everybody that could make it. I'm going to go to sharing and I'm going to bring up some of the video that I took of this device. And let me close out of this real quick and get you the right screen here and you'll be able to see this. Let me know if you guys have used PoE cameras in the past. That'd be really cool. I'd love to know more about that. If you guys use these at all. Here we go. Sharing my video. And I got to share the tab. So you guys can hopefully see this here. Now, this is how dark it is outside when I was showing you that video. Now, this is that light that you can see that it's casting onto my SUV out there. So I'm walking around here, and there's the little light. Now, this light stays on permanently. So that's another thing you'll have to think about is if this is what you're looking for. That light's on all the time. I kind of like that. I dig it. I dig having some sort of illumination. As you saw with the light on, I think the thing only drew about 10 watts even when it was starting up with the light. So, 10 watt light and a camera all in one with just a little bit of a security light. I love the idea of it. And the illumination, as you saw, very, very good from that Starlight night vision sensor that it has. So just wanted to thank you guys all for checking in. That is from Viclin. Let me pull it up real quick because there's a deal on it right now. I don't want you to miss out. If you guys are PoE camera sharks here, I want to make sure you get this. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and share that for you. Okay, so yeah, this is the ad right now for it. It's got 10% off running right now. So if you want to pick this up, take a look at my Amazon shop. It's the highlighted item, hopefully in the carousel, if I pulled it up right. So yes, it's a highlighted item in the carousel. Harley said, I did ask for affordable PoE. There you go, my friend. They were thinking about you. Honestly, I've had over 23 products this weekend that I recorded for. So I've got a lot of review videos coming up here soon. This was one of them. And a new 2022 model, 113 degree field of view. It's got the f1.0 with a 2.8 millimeter lens in here. So that's a huge field of view. That is the 5 megapixel color. This is the 4 megapixel, which is a little bit cheaper if you're looking for, again, another outdoor PoE. But 5 megapixel, pretty cool. I like it. And it works well with their NVRs. So the Viclin company, I went and looked at their website. Got a lot of really good information about them out there if you're interested. I was going to pull it up. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do that. But they have a whole warehousing situation where they can, build and test the waterproofing of all their gear. Very happy with the construction of this too. So this thing is metal, which again, you don't see. You see some plastics coming more, but this is a metal frame. So it's going to handle the outdoor elements. It's going to handle a little bit of rough housing from people. And if you want to install it, super easy to install these. So you adjust with that ring, it loosens the pressure. You go ahead and then tighten it down. Now, what's cool too is depending on how you install this, you can run the cable out the side. But if you want a super secure installation, you can go ahead and slide this through the wall. And now you've got this PoE camera with no exposed wiring for somebody to cut or mess with. They do include a drilling template and some thank you information. I can tell you I did have one small hiccup. When I started it up, it did not automatically get an IP address. It was set to DHCP off. So I had to punch in a manual IP. So again, these kind of products are not going to be for your normal consumer. I would say that they're prosumer designed products. So if you're able to do that and follow those instructions, you can get on there. Also, it does have the app. I was able to add it through the app on my phone afterward. So this has been John the Net Guy. I really want to say thank you guys. My tongue, I told you I bit it earlier. Yeah, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you guys all for tuning in. I will be here next week on Tuesday as well. I may even do an extra show in because, again, I had 23 products. You saw 7 cool different products today. I want to thank all of the brands that provided these ones because that just makes it that much easier for me to bring these shows to you. And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody unless there's any other questions. Just double checking everybody. Oh, Cast Ahead, thank you for the follow. I should have said something. And Travel Diva 2, thank you for the follow. And she says, hello, Net Guy. By the way, my wife is looking for that cruise. About a year ago, I told you guys we're trying to save up for a cruise. it's working out here. This Amazon stuff's doing well. We may be going on a cruise next year, and maybe you guys want to hear about some cruise tech and stuff. So very cool. Love to have you guys here. Thank you guys, everybody that did show up, and I will catch you guys on the next Tech on Tuesday.